using machine learning to talk with Business Central. Hey Al, what's the credit limit of the Canon Group?
Credit limit, LCY, is 50,000 on customer the Canon Group plc.
Hey Al, what is the address of London Postmaster?
Address is 120 Wellington Road on customer London Candozi Storage Campus.
Hey Al, how many bikes in inventory?
Inventory is 39 on item bicycle.
Hey Al, order 2 bikes for the London Postmaster.
You cannot use a customer without a credit limit.
Hey Al, order 7 bicycles, 14 rims and 504 spokes for the Canon Group.
Order 1020 has been created with total of $24,692.50.
That looks right. Thanks, Al. Hey, sorry, I'm Erik, and sorry for the alternative intro here. So I'm talking with Business Central. I'm getting information. I'm telling it to do stuff. This is a little project I've been working on for last couple of weeks, and I thought I would show you where I'm at. So this is not a product. This is not anything but me goofing around, but it's actually pretty fun. So let me show you what I have. So let's go back to the screen here for a second. As you can see that there's clearly something running above me. And everything you saw is real. There's no cheating here. So I could say, hey Al. Hopefully I could say, hey Al. It works until it doesn't work. Don't you just love that? Hey Al. Let's kill that. There might be a conflict on microphones. Hey Al. Hey Al. What is the address of the Canon Group?
Address is 360 Main Street Suite 1150 on customer the Canon Group plc.
So this is built with a lot of components, and let me just walk you through the pipeline, and then I'll try to show you in detail. So what is running here is a C# program, and basically it's like there's 134 lines of C#, nothing fancy. It's probably fancy. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so what this program will do is that it uses 2 voice speech recognition, I cannot even say that word, engines. One is an offline engine, which is the built-in to Windows engine. So when the program starts, it kind of sets up a speech synthesizer to talk, and it uses a voice called Microsoft Mach Mobile. And then it sets up a speech engine, and I have created a small grammar library with basically one word in it, hey Al. That's the phonetic pronunciation of it. So this engine just loops here and see, did he say hey Al? If he did, we have
I don't understand that. What table are you referring to?
Oh, there he is. If that's what it actually finds, then it calls into another engine, which is a Azure-based engine. So this is the can't say that. It's recognizing with microphone. Well, how about that? Which is this one. And what that will do is that will stream it up to a speech service in Azure, whatever you say. And when we get something back, we call a function called Ask Business Central. So we get a text back. Ask Business Central simply calls a code unit exposed as OData and sends the question in. So inside, let's see if we can find that. That's here. Let's make it big enough for everybody to see. So inside here, we have a web service that just calls our Ask AL engine, whatever has been asked, and the Ask AL engine now calls another service at Microsoft. So it calls it's called LUIS, so language understanding, and we get stuff back, and we get a intent, and then we get some different entities. And we might get a field, we might get a table, we might get a number, we might get a customer, we might get a vendor, we might get an item. And so when we have that, let's say that the intent is to sell something, and we have a customer and an item, then call a function called create sales order that just creates a sales order for what has been asked, and exits a text. So we can go back to here and say, okay, we got a text, and depending if we got a value, then we will speak what the text we get. If we're not getting a value, then if we're getting an error, then we will speak the error, which I think you saw here that when I tried to order from London Postmaster, you cannot use the customer without credit limit. So that's kind of loop, but as you can see here, there is one major component that is, if we go back up to the top of this guy, we start by calling a language understanding service. And let's take a look at that for a second. That's pretty cool. So I got that right here. So I have deployed on my Azure portal, I have deployed a language understanding service. Actually, I have two, but let's not get into that. And this one is called AL, and AL has some different things. So the first thing here is that we can define intent. So what are the intent of what we're saying? So at this point, I have created some intent. I've created an intent called find, and we can see that there are some. I have. Well, let's make actually just. I can make this white again. So you can see here that these are kind of get information intents. So if I say, hey Al, hopefully, hey Al, really seems that one dies after a while. That's okay. Hey Al, hey Al, show me the balance of customer 10,000.
Balance is 387,450.08 on customer the Canon Group PLC.
So we got it figured out what is the intent. And what I have supplied here is a bunch of examples of what people could say. And then and then we train. So if we say, what is the city of Lewis? I think that's a vendor. So I put that in. And we can see that, hey, that's a 69% score. We can see that okay, it figured out city as a field, Lewis is a vendor, and this is a key phrase. So what we can do is that we can train this and say, hey, this is a typical example of a find information intent. And now it's training, and training is completed. So now it's, if it gets something that looks like this, it's way more confident that this is the intent. So I can publish that. We can try and say, hey Al, let's kill it for some reason. Hey Al, what is the city of Lewis? And then I need to say Levi's. Hey Al. Hey Al. I think what is happening here on my machine is that because I'm also using the microphone to record the video, it's kind of fighting about that. Hey Al. Hey Al, what is the city of Levi's?
I don't understand that. What table are you referring to?
Hey Al, what is the city of the Canon Group?
City is Winnipeg. On customer, the Canon Group PLC.
But as you can see, Levi's here, it figures out that it's a vendor. Canon Group, it figures out that a customer. And that's because the second part of this, so intent is the first part, the second part are entities. And what I have created, if I go back here in BC and say ask AL, so also have the functions, so I can do it in text in here if I want to. But I've created export function, and these export function will then create, in this case of customers, create a list of saying, hey, we got a customer called 10,000, and it could be called Canon Group PLC, could be just called Canon or Canon Group, or I could put in other synonyms for them. So in this case, London, Duk, it says okay. It tries to shorten it out in the different ways. So we have a list of all our customers, and right now I'm just doing an upload, but it can also be the web service, or whenever you create a new customer, you upload it to your engine. I have the same with with items. I have the same with vendors. And I actually have one so I have one called table, that the idea what tables does it know. I have not really used that much. And one called field. So what field names do we know? So let's, for instance, look at the credit limit. I said that there's a synonym for credit limit, which is without the LCY. And stuff like that. So Lewis is taking whatever you're saying, running it through the machine learning engine and figuring out, so what is the intent and what are the components. So in case of if we take the order 7 bikes, or whatever it was I said, so let's go back to intents and say intent is to, so this guy order 7 bikes, 14 rims, and 4 spokes. Even though it got it right, clearly this could train for this, but you can see that it figures out that order is a key phrase, and 7 and 14 and 504 are numbers, and we got 1 item, 2 items, 3 items, and we got a customer. So it figures out what's in it, and you can turn the sentences around, and so on. It understands language understanding service. So inside BC, in the process here, what it will do is that we get the intent, and then we go through. So when we call a web service with whatever has been said, we get a JSON structure back, and the JSON holds all the information. So we just need to say, okay, what about customers? Well, right now we're ignoring if there's multiple customers in a sentence. So we're just taking the first one, 0 indexed for some reason. Anyway, but in case of items, we're getting the first one, but we're also building a list if you would rather have a list of it. And so in case of find, so okay, if we have a customer, in case of the intent is to find, we have a customer, then we open the customer table and we figure out if we have a field. Then we grab the field name and we find the field number. So we just use a record ref to calculate the field, and then we tell back that the field's name is, so credit limit is the value of the field on the name of the table and the caption of the ref. And a caption is just, I think we made that function earlier at some point. I think I was in this very long time ago in a video for the search app. So we just find the first text field and say, hey, that is the caption in this case. So, hey Al, what is the city of, no, I just did that one.
Unknown table, cannot answer.
So in that case, it suddenly goes, hey, we didn't get anything useful. Hey Al, how many spokes in inventory? Sorry, hey Al, how many spokes in inventory?
Inventory is 10,000 on item spokes.
So got plenty of those. So of course we can also just do this in or how many spokes, what is the inventory of spokes? Well, we got the same result. Rims. So that is my little Ask Al for information. Clearly, you can see that there is room for improvement. The Hey Al is perhaps not good enough for my funky accent. But you can actually build, so whatever I have here, could be the basis for an app that will go into an Amazon Echo or Google Home or other ways of personal assistance. It could also be part of if you are building a chat box, chatbot interface to your Business Central and have customers ask questions about themselves or inventory or stuff like that. And the key to this is the language understanding module, which is freaking cool, and quite often one of those, it's not very sexy, image recognition and all that stuff kind of gets all the glory of machine learning, but I think that the LUIS module is really, really cool. Anyway, let me know what questions you would like to ask Al about in the comments below. Maybe I'll do a short follow-up video if we can get some more types of questions answered here, or commands. Hey Al, lock out somebody. Oh.
Unknown table. Cannot
Unknown
answer.
table. So I think that's it for this time. I have a lot of fun playing with these technologies, and maybe one day this could turn into something. Let me know if you have anything that resembles a use case for this. If this could be handy in some cases. I don't know. Hands-free operating, Business Central might be a thing. Anyway, have fun. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.